Super Fantasy Brawl might just be my favourite skirmish game. It is a diceless system that uses sets of cards linked to your champions. Before a game, you're going to choose 3 of these champions and take their 6 action cards and their 1 ID card. The ID card's important because it tells you if they have any defense and their health, and if you manage to kill another champion, you flip it over and level up. One of the key concepts of Super Fantasy Brawl is this system here. You have 3 tokens, a yellow, a blue and a red, and all your cards are going to be one of those colours. On your turn, you will play a card of a colour, flipping over that token, showing that action has been used. There are some basic actions that you can always use that are listed on your playmat as well. However, on your off turn, when the other player is playing, you might get a chance to react to an attack, potentially sending some damage back at that person, moving out of the way, or taking less damage. If you do, you're going to flip the token of the colour matching that card, and then you'll have less actions on your go. So although reactions can be incredibly helpful, they also cost you an action on your attacking turn. The aim of the game is to get 5 of these trophies. Now I should say that this is the super duper Kickstart version I paid for. The retail version is all done in cardboard apart from the figures. There aren't any statues in it, although they can be bought separately. But it is also a lot cheaper, so don't worry about that. You're getting a good deal for your money, in my opinion. So the way you get these trophies is by killing champions, which give you 1 trophy, and then by achieving different challenges that will move along this board and be worth different points at the certain points in the game. They are things like have 2 or more champions adjacent to this statue, have a champion in the enemy area, control both areas, but you need to have it at the start of your turn. And this is where some of the genius and strategy and tactics of the game comes in, because you have to set up for that on your turn and then hope that by the end of your next turn that you're still in a position to benefit, by the end of your opponent's turn, you're still in a position to benefit from all your setup. And some of my most memorable moments in Super Fantasy Brawl have been when myself or my opponent have set ourselves up to win and the other player has just pulled out a combo which changes everything. There was one time where my opposing player had 4 of the 5 needed, and I think I had 1 or 2. And they had set themselves up to win because they needed to be in 2 trap hexes and have 2 characters leveled up. Now, I had very little movement. I'd used the reaction, I only had 2 moves left, but I was able to swoop in with my flying character, pick up their character off a trap hex, drop them next to another character of mine who had a strong attack, and take them out. And when they get taken out, they de-level. It was brilliant, and this game is full of moments like that. Only last night I was playing my friend and I was 4-0 up fairly early on in the game, and then he just took over the complete middle of the game, was chipping away at me, winning trophy at time, until I finally, through a war of attrition, took him out. And I say a war of attrition, but each game only takes around 30 minutes. This is one of my favourite skirmish games. This is one of my favourite games, and I'm so glad that I went in on the extras, but they are all visual. They're plastic tokens, neoprene mats. The base game you can get from Zatu, and you're going to be paying, I think it was around 30 to 40 quid for 6 models and everything you need to play. And if you at all like skirmish games, if you like hand management, if you like smashing up different decks to see what the combos you can create, then you're going to find a lot to love in this game. And speaking of combos, the characters are all so different. You have this little dwarf character who has 2 armour, so that makes him a real tank. And he just slowly plods around the battlefield, but his hits can often power up your other teammates. You've got this character, Maruisus. I don't know how to say it, but he basically gets stronger the more damage he takes. So you kind of want to get him into this position called bloodied, which is where he's lost half his health, because he becomes more powerful. Then you've got characters that are extremely mobile, that jump around the arena and do damage and then jump away. I love it. One of the key other concepts of the game is the idea of pinball. I'm just going to say it. You will bounce your enemies off scenery, off the walls, off the statues a lot, push them into traps. And you need to do this because a lot of the challenges are about positional things, so you need to be able to push them. And then that does unblockable damage, which can go through shields, which gives you a lot more chance against someone like this sneaky dwarf Dugrin. I love it. I love the chunky look of the minis, the art design. Like I say, if I was going to pick a complaint, maybe, probably that there's only one arena, but then I don't really know how they do a different arena without having different challenges. And actually, it's not a game where I've been looking for terrain advantages other than, are they next to something I can bounce them off multiple times? And yeah, I've never felt it's a detriment. Some people might want more varied places to play with some different layouts and all that, maybe a laned layout. And interestingly, the designer of this game said that it did start off as a MOBA design, and you can kind of see that with the 3 statues is kind of reminiscent of 3 lanes. I'm so glad it didn't stay like that. I'm so glad it became an arena game. Replayability on this is high, even if you get just the core set. You can add single characters for £10, but you're always taking a team of 3, and mixing up and matching just gives you such variety and variability, plus the different challenges that come out. There's 11 of them and they come out in different order, so you can't really prepare yourself for them. And attacking is always good. The way the cards get mixed up, yes, there's some luck there in a draw, but you're only ever going to have 18 cards. You draw 5 each round, and you're going to burn through those quickly, so you can make plans to use them to mitigate the luck. So I think this has got lots of replayability. If it continues to see the support that it's had, I think there's 15 characters if you did the Kickstarter. There's already 2 new ones for pre-order, and 2 of those are on Zatu as single packs. So that takes it up to 17, and I don't know how you work out the variability there, but it's there. The artwork, the components, all top notch. Interaction, it's all there. For me, this is a top tier game, one that you don't have to be into skirmish games to appreciate. They have really streamlined the keywords. When you look at games like Keyforge, which is full of keywords, this has about a dozen keywords, and they all make sense within the game. They've been streamlined, refined to what I can only call perfection. I love it. I would just recommend everyone gives this game a try. You can do that on Tabletopia too, so you can try before you buy. This, for me, is a real winner. Thanks for watching another Board Deck and Dice video. We will see you next time.